There's a clever scene in the film Unbreakable. Bruce Willis gets onto a train and settles into a seat by the window. A few moments later, a woman comes into the carriage and sits near him. She's young and beautiful, and he catches her eye. And then the camera focuses on his hands. You can see him turning his wedding ring, pulling it off his finger and hiding it in his pocket. Without using any words, it says everything. The ring is a symbol of his marriage, and he knows that. And he knows that others will know that too, which is why he wants to conceal it. It reminds me of another film called Silence by Martin Scorsese. This tells the true story of Christianity in 17th century Japan. The Japanese Christians would often keep a religious picture in their homes, perhaps an image of Jesus on the cross or of the Virgin Mary. When the government started to persecute Christianity, they needed a way of identifying those people who were Christian. They'd gather people in the village square, imagine them in the streets of Holborn here, and they'd put one of these Christian images on the floor and tell the villagers to step on it. If someone refused, it showed they were willing to stand up for their faith. Now, you might say these are just symbols, a wedding ring, a Christian image, but symbols are important. They help us to see what someone believes and what they care about. One of the most important symbols of Christian faith is the creed. A creed is a written summary of what Christians believe. Jesus said, "The truth will set you free." And the creed presents the central truths of Christian teaching. It's the whole amazing adventure of faith from before creation until the end of time, squeezed into just a few lines, with the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ at the very center. In itself, the creed is tiny, but it's like a crystal that reflects the light of a million suns, or a data stick that contains a code to unlock the mysteries of the universe. There are different versions of the creed. The Nicene Creed is incredibly old. It goes back to the 4th century. I went to an exhibition at the British Museum where they had an ancient copy of this text. It was written in Egypt by hand about 1,500 years ago. I felt this powerful connection with the person that wrote it and the community to which they belonged. Even though they were so distant from me in time and culture, the faith we shared was exactly the same. The Apostles' Creed is even older. It goes back nearly 2,000 years to the Christian community in 2nd century Rome. It sums up the teaching of Jesus and the teaching of the whole Bible in just a few words. It gives you a direct connection with the faith of the early church. I work with university students in central London. Every year, we give a copy of the Creed to those who are preparing to be baptized. I see what a difference it makes when someone begins to discover the Christian faith, the sense of curiosity, excitement, and joy. This year, 4 of our students became Christian and were baptized at the Easter service. One was from Scotland, one from Sweden, one from Hawaii, and one from Bangladesh. Each of them had a different story to tell. Faith is incredibly personal. But it's not just a personal story. They were becoming part of something much bigger than themselves. Christianity is not something they had just invented. They were joining a community of faith and a Christian tradition that stretches back 2,000 years to Jesus Christ himself. Just before their baptism, they stood up in front of the whole community and recited the words of the creed. This great symbol of faith became a reality in their lives. A written word became a living commitment. So let me ask you a question. What do you believe? What do you care about? What motivates you? It's not just a religious question. Everyone has their own convictions and values, even if they don't use the words faith or belief. For Christians, the creed is absolutely central. It's a symbol, a summary of what we believe, and it becomes a sign of our commitment to that faith over the years.